Hey everyone, in today's video I'll be continuing with the series comparing the LG C9 OLED built-in apps to the Apple TV 4K, and the app in question today will be Amazon Prime. So unlike all of the previous two apps that we've looked at, Amazon Prime is slightly different in the sense that it doesn't actually show you Dolby Atmos and Dolby Vision kind of information. So if I just use the mouse pointer, that is pretty much all you get. Let me just see what you can see. Yep, so that is all you actually get. You just get 5.1. It doesn't actually tell you whether it's Dolby Atmos, whether it's Dolby Digital, DTS. It doesn't tell you Dolby Vision, and unfortunately the way that Amazon Prime's laid out doesn't really help its cause either. It's not very intuitive. The Amazon Prime apps, or the Prime Video apps at least, I've always found it that they've not really taken enough care in terms of making this a nice experience. This interacting with this, moving through the menus, and it's not the same as any of the other streaming services out there in terms of what it actually gives you. So I'm just trying to find a new show, something that would be in 4K and also Dolby Atmos possibly. Right, okay, so in order to find HDR or Dolby Vision content on Amazon Prime, you have to actually go through and search for the tags themselves. So what I've done is I've verified that even though John Wick is listed under HDR, it doesn't actually play back in HDR, it plays back in standard definition. So what I've done is I've verified that Jack Ryan does actually play back in HDR, as you can see from here. So we do have HDR listing, we have 5.1, and it also says Dolby Vision, even though it won't actually play back in Dolby Vision, more than likely. So what we'll do is we'll hit play from beginning, and this is the thing with Amazon Prime, the interface and just the way it plays. Okay, yeah, so it has actually played back in Dolby Vision. So what I'll do is I just want to go back out of that because I wasn't actually paying attention to the soundbar. So what we're looking for on there, yes, so it's actually playing back in Dolby Atmos as well as Dolby Vision up there as well. So let's have a look at what the picture looks like. What I might do is just turn the sound up a little. I don't want to get a copyright strike, but likewise, just I'll come out of that just to avoid getting any strikes. And what we'll do is we'll switch over to the Apple TV and we'll take a look at it. Right, so now we're back over on the Apple TV 4K, and what I've done is I've gone into the search menu and I've searched for the same thing, HDR, and what I'll do is I'll click into the first one again, HDR, and we'll come across onto Jack Ryan. Right, so if I just go back one screen, so just down here it actually says HDR rather than Dolby Vision, and if we click into it and we just do play from beginning again, what I'm looking out for is on the soundbar, so Dolby Atmos is enabled. However, in the top right hand corner, I know it was a little out of focus, so what I'll do is I'll just come back out and I'll lock the, and you can tell that is switched from Dolby Vision to Dolby, well, it's probably going to be HDR 10, because obviously the fact that you've got the logo in the top corner just there. So what I'll do is I'll go back in now, so we know it plays back in Dolby Atmos, so that's the first thing ticked. What we want to see is Dolby Vision. However, if we just look here, we can see the HDR logo has come up, so it's actually playing back in, more than likely HD will come out of that at the same point. So essentially what it looks like is the Amazon Prime app, which to be perfectly honest isn't great on either platform, either the Apple TV 4K or on the LG TV itself. Neither of those platforms, it doesn't actually respond very well in terms of it's laggy, it's hard to navigate, and all around it's a bad experience compared to what we're all used to now with the other streaming services. So putting the interface and everything aside, it does look like the better option in this case is actually to go with your built-in one on the LG TV itself. Now what I want to do is, I did actually check, so if we go back to HDR and no, see, even though this is listed under HDR, it doesn't actually show anything else. It's literally just got 5.1. So what I want to try and do, and it's the same thing again, so we have Grand Tour listed under HDR, which on this it is showing as being HDR. So what we'll do is we will go to, and it was listed on the 3rd season, so we'll click on 3rd season and then we'll just play the first episode. And what we're looking for is in the top corner, yeah, so it's switched. And what I'm going to do is just keep the sound on this to avoid any copyright strikes. But essentially what it's done is it's switched to HDR10. Sorry, wrong button. And you can see that by HDR picture mode as opposed to Dolby Vision picture mode. Now I didn't actually pay attention in terms of the soundbar, but with it listing as 5.1, I doubt it is going to go into Dolby Atmos. And yeah, so it doesn't. So it is literally only playing in 5.1 with HDR picture. Now if we switch back to the Apple TV, and what I want to do is just try, there we go, so it's got 3rd season, and what I'll do is play the same episode, and what we're looking for is to see if this actually switches to HDR. So it does, yeah. But once again, so no Dolby Atmos on this one either. Incidentally, on the menus, if you pull that down, it will actually tell you there, so it's 4K with HDR. However, when you go into audio, it doesn't give you an option to actually choose between different audio streams, for example, like 5.1, 2.1, 2.0, 7.1, True HD. It doesn't give you that option, but obviously it does give you the information in terms of the 4K HDR just there. Okay, so in conclusion, what I've found is whilst HDR titles as well as Dolby Atmos seems to pass through in exactly the same way, Dolby Vision doesn't seem to work on the Apple TV 4K, whilst it is working through the LG C9 app itself. So out of the two, obviously this, if you're looking for the best quality, the best audio video throughput, then I would have to say in this case you're actually better off using the LG C9's built-in app as opposed to using the Apple TV 4K app. I will just add that neither of these apps are particularly great. As I mentioned at the start of the video, it's just not intuitive at all. It seems a really dated application, which seems to make finding content extremely difficult.